I'm seeing what's going on now and how's it working, what's being received, how people are appreciating it, and it ain't really like it ain't sticking. So I'm seeing the singles do better. If you're being more consistent with more singles, you have a better opportunity of taking off versus doing a project. Then you wait in 3-4 months, maybe even a year. Some people think they can take 2 years off. Where you at the whole time? You're working on this big body of work. You put it out. It gets listened to for that time period. But there's so much other stuff being put out, it gets lost. So I'd rather be able to keep up. I feel like albums get you lost in time.
All right, y'all. We are back after a long conversation about our guests' bad eating habits. We are back, y'all. It is the South Jersey podcast, the #1 podcast in the world, stamped.
Yes, sir, for sure.
I am your host for today. My name is Steven. I go by Ugly Steven on Instagram. We are going to shout out iRobinson03, Vintage Sense, 2 underscores, and OGBs behind the camera. If you are watching on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe at TSOJ Podcast. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, be sure to follow and download at TSOJ Podcast. Now, I'm very, very, very excited to get into this interview. However, before we get into the interview, we have to go through our layup lines.
I already say that.
So, for those who do not know, layup lines is a segment where we like to get our guests loose, right? So we ask them a bunch of this or that questions, and they have to answer in 24 seconds.
All right, word.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, so contestant number 1. Are we ready? Sorry, I'm getting situated. Are we ready?
Let's get it.
Caution or a Made on Mars?
Caution.
Invader Tribe or Odd Future?
Invader Tribe.
MF Doom or Earl Sweatshirt?
MF Doom.
Recording or writing?
Recording.
Singles or albums?
Singles for sure.
Jordan 4s or Jordan 3s?
Jordan 4s.
Storytelling or schemes?
Storytelling.
Battle rap or freestyles?
Freestyles.
Cody or Under Control?
Cody.
But a Dream or Tantrum?
Tantrum.
And that is your time, sir. That is your time, sir.
That's tough. Yeah, be choked.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
I love those two.
Those good questions. You fuck with that?
For sure.
All right,
definitely.
fire. Take pride in those. Are you a movie guy?
Oh, definitely.
Are you you fuck with?
I'm in there.
Okay.
So look, my dad, right?
Yeah.
He got like this little joint called Plex.
Called what?
It's called Plex.
Plex. Shout out Plex.
Yeah, shout out Plex. But they got all movies on there, but he got an account and he uploads his own movies on there. So shit come out in the theaters. A couple days later, my dad got it up there. And not on no blurry shit, because whatever he puts up there, he wants high quality.
Yeah.
It's going to be on there forever. It's going to need to go back and upload the higher quality John, you know what I'm saying? He'll wait to get the best stuff.
Is that bootlegging?
Basically. But my dad, he's been doing that since way back. He'll go to work with the big book, come home, $500 in his pocket. Like, my dad a hustler when it comes to that movie shit.
Yeah.
Shout out
Is that illegal?
Pops.
Maybe we shouldn't promote that.
Nah, there's a lot of illegal shit out here going on.
Yeah. Yo,
yeah, bro, shit, dog.
we gotta cut that clip, bro. That he says a lot of illegal shit happening out here every day, bro. That is hilarious, man. Listen, man, our next guest, bro. Man, he's humble. He didn't want too many titles on the introduction. So as humbly as we can, he is a New Jersey artist. His single "I'm a Mess" is set to release this month. Ladies and gentlemen, UrbanZayy is here.
Hey, look at the little claps. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for that. Yes, UrbanZayy is here. You can follow me on Instagram, UrbanZayy. I'm thankful to be here, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for being here.
Legendary podcast. Y'all working just like I'm working.
Yes, sir.
And it's glad to see, man. It's good to see.
I think when we do the claps, we should, if there's people in the room, we should make them clap.
For sure. I agree with that.
I think we should do that.
Yo, clap it up, yo.
Yeah. Will that work? Let's see how that works.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
We'll see how that plays back. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right, you said you're a film guy. My last question was psychological thriller or comedy?
Comedy.
I just feel like one of those questions elicits a further conversation, and one of them deads it right there.
That's true. You don't think so?
You don't think so?
In the last 6 months, it's kind of hard. I ain't gonna lie. It's too many. I feel like everything got some comedy in it.
Who do you think? Who's somebody that you think is funny?
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx hilarious.
Did you see They Clone Tyrone?
Yeah, I did.
I did not.
You did not see it yet? It's all right. It ain't bad.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hype with it, but I mean, it's a good movie.
You can't think of one comedy movie that you like?
Off top is hard. I'm thinking like a 100 House type shit. I'm thinking of like all goofy crap.
Oh, you're one of those.
Yeah, I like dumb shit. Like, I be fried up watching.
So
dumb
Tay,
shit.
now that he said that, now does it make sense that one of those elicits a further question, a conversation, and one of them doesn't? Listen, if you're in the airport, right, and the person next to you's favorite movie is like Inception, or like not Inception, but like Silence of the Lamb or some shit like that.
Some crazy shit.
You're like, oh, let's chat, right? And then if they're like, my favorite movie is Disney's A Haunted Mansion, you're like, enjoy your flight.
No, not that. I'm talking about Honey House, the John with the Wayne brothers.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's funny.
like
that's
dumb,
okay.
yeah, like
Okay.
dumb goofy movies like that.
Like
type
scary
shit.
movie and shit like that.
Like dumb
Okay.
shit. Like I like comedy stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's talk a little bit more after. I'm not. All right.
Not another mansion.
I'm gonna ask the question that everybody's wondering. Where's the album, Zay?
The album in the tuck.
Where's the album?
Man, it ain't gonna be no album no time soon.
Why, Zay?
I feel like it's unnecessary.
Talk about that. I think you have a very interesting.
I mean, albums are cool. They're cool to have in your discography. You feel me? You can look back at it. It's there in your catalog. Cool. But, like, it's not going to keep you relevant. It's too many albums. Even me personally, the people that are famous, I'm listening to that shit 2 weeks top. Not even that sometimes. I might run it 1 or 2 times. I'm on to some other shit. That might be me personally. I don't know how y'all perceive music. You feel me? But, like, I don't find it to be necessary. You got to drop. I'd rather be consistent than have something that's, you know what I'm saying? And while being consistent, I'm still adding singles. Like, I'm still dropping more songs. I'm still filling my bag. You feel me?
Yeah.
But
would you say you come from think of your favorite era time albums in hip hop, right?
Crazy.
Just think of it like that. Yeah. Would you say that you come from an era of albums, or
sure.
you come from you grew up on where albums were
for sure
a thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so you grew up on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so then is that kind of conflicting with your beliefs now in terms of like obviously what made you a fan of hip hop was these kind of like bodies of work, but now
in a sense, yeah. But I'm adaptive. You feel me? Like I'm seeing what's going on now and how's it working, what's being received, how people are appreciating it, and it ain't really like it ain't sticking. So I'm seeing the singles do better. If you're being more consistent with more singles, you have a better opportunity of taking off versus doing a project. Then you wait in 3-4 months, maybe even a year. Some people think they can take 2 years off. Where you at the whole time? You're working on this big body of work. You put it out. It gets listened to for that time period. But there's so much other stuff being put out, it gets lost. So I'd rather be able to keep up. I feel like albums get you lost in time.
Why do you think that albums don't do well anymore?
People have short attention spans. They don't tap in. They won't listen to a project from the top to bottom. They'll go to your album. They'll listen to the hottest track. They won't even add the whole joint to the playlist. They'll pick songs out of it. Nobody will listen from top to bottom. They'll go on Apple Music. They'll see the little star. Oh, this is the hot track. I'm listening to this. People won't give their time to listen to your album unless you have a core fan base.
Do you think that is a younger generation tactic rather than...
Sure.
So, for example, right, I guess what I'm saying is there an audience or is there a place for albums just to a different audience?
For sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You know? Are you
100%.
open to that idea?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Talk about how... Because you did put out albums before, right? So you do have projects.
I consider my first album to be Made on Mars, personally.
Okay.
I feel like Caution was too short. It had like 7 songs on it. It's like an EP in my
All right,
mind.
here we got to talk about this, bro. These rappers, man. Listen.
I know an EP is like 3 to 4 songs.
This kills me right here. This like... It's not a album. It's a mixtape. It's not a mixtape. It's an EP. Matter of fact, it's
for sure.
it's not even it's a project. And it's like, all right, damn, nigga. So when we put you in a conversation of albums that's fire, niggas don't even know what they can say. Like in Drake's album, it's like, can you say More Life?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So talk to me about this discrepancy between it's not an album. Like what makes an album versus what you're saying Caution was?
So me personally, I feel like Caution was just a collective of songs. It might have sounded good together. I put the little script in there with my mom talking to me on the phone. It was cool. So it might have sounded like an album, but for me personally, like I said, I just wanted to show versatility on there and just put out random stuff on the album, all types of different tracks, and that's what I did. People picked it up that way. Oh, this is a dope ass album, but it really wasn't an album. Just a collective of songs.
So
with,
I guess
with a memo in it.
So I guess what?
Because I love my mom. That was it. Those words hit deep. She would say she liked my music and she'd be on the radio. I'm like, oh damn, mom, this shit hit. And I don't know why I was recording. I kind of feel like she'd be having them talk sometimes. And I might have been going to see her, and I knew something might have been coming. So I might have had my phone recording, and I got some gold. And I love my mom. Shout out her.
That's hilarious. He said with a memo in there. But I guess my question is like, what separates that from what you're doing now? Like, why couldn't you have just put those songs out the way you're doing it now?
I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it. At that time, like I said, I'm adaptive, so I'm seeing what's happening now. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, projects were in, so I might have threw it together, named it something. You get a picture. You
kind of just ran it. Yeah.
It's like an EP. Like I said, it's still a project. I just didn't think it was an album.
Yeah,
it's 7 songs. It was pretty short, in my opinion.
Is there an effort factor that, or obviously, I guess there is, right? But talk a little bit about the effort factor that will go into an album. Something that you would feel comfortable calling an album.
I mean, I could talk about Made on Mars.
Okay, yeah, talk about
just making that. I was doing like, I feel like there were 8-hour sessions. I was coming out of there with like 4 songs. And I didn't go back to really retouch anything. I just went in there for those. Like I went prepared, of course. Mm-hmm. I had everything ready. But as far as like how things are going to sound, how I want this to sound, like we really was in there cooking up. I was going there for 8-hour sessions. My brother on the couch sleep, my shorty with me. Like, I'm going outside to smoke. And I did that with Don Michael.
Oh, shout out Don Michael. Yeah, he's responsible for a lot of, he has his hand on a lot of music. Shout out Don Michael.
Yeah, that was fire.
Maybe we'll manifest an interview with Don Michael, actually.
Yeah, that'd be dope. He fire.
So, all right, so talk a little bit more about that. So, you said you had 8-hour sessions. So, simply the fact that you had 8-hour sessions, now this is an album?
I just feel like more work went into it. Like, I was doing these songs in one session, like, making them connect to each other in a way. I feel like. You know what I'm saying? They all, like, I was doing a skit in this song, added up to this song. Like, the way I was rolling them out and cooking them up was all in the same pot versus me going in this pot for this track, me going in this pot for this track. I was really going into them sessions for them 8 hours and making one big dish.
Do you try to make your beats or your production, I'll say, sounds, I don't want to say similar because like not like they sound the same, but do you try to make your production on an album sound cohesive? Where just like, for example, like you won't have like a trap beat on song 1 and then song 2 is like a country song. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can do that, I guess. But
I mean, you can definitely do that.
You know what I'm trying to say, though?
Yeah.
My cousin taught me, I said this before. My cousin taught me to listen to albums for sonic cohesion and see if they sound good sonically as they flow through. So just like, almost like, don't literally do this, but you could, based on this tactic, you could quite literally close your eyes, don't look at the tracks, and just listen to it and play it through. And not that it'll be one song, but it will sound cohesive.
Yeah.
So, for example, the best way I could describe it is like, the most obvious thing I can think of is like Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly.
Okay.
None of that sounds like it's not supposed to be on that album. That all sounds like all the music is in a pocket that is, you know what I'm saying? Is that a concept that you, when you say you're doing these 8-hour sessions and you're trying to connect these songs, is it simply just connecting them by way of storyline, or are you connecting it by way of like the sounds they matter? I mean, obviously they matter, but
more like storyline, honestly. Yeah. I just got fire beats that I think are fire. I feel like I'm versatile, like I said, so I was top on different shit. I don't really care about. I didn't pay that much attention to how the beats sounded together or how they might have flowed. Usually, I'll cook up songs, and then I'll go back and try to see what will fit together, like a puzzle. So I make all the pieces, then I'll go back and say this might sound good here. This might sound good here. So then it might sound that way. Yeah. You know what I mean? But when I'm cooking up, not necessarily.
Okay.
I just be going free.
Okay.
I might talk about things that I feel like are kind of in common throughout each song to make the album come together in a way too, but I'm always putting things in different places.
Is there a feature expectation on albums?
Not really. I like to have a couple though. At least 1 or 2.
Why?
just to get somebody else something different to listen to. So it's not all just me.
Yeah.
I've done projects where it's only been me, but I feel like sometimes people want to hear somebody different too, and how you work with them on top of that.
Yeah. I'm very happy that your guard is down in terms of working with other people.
Yeah.
Because I was surprised at how apprehensive people were to working with other people.
Yeah.
Particularly on projects, right? Because the concept is kind of like, this is my
domain, this my shit.
Story. This is my thing. It's not meant to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for you to come on here and come
right.
to
You
my
know what I'm
world.
saying? Like, I'll put a single out and you can feature on that, but like my album is this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And obviously this may not come out on time or whatever. And we can segue this for you, but like with Mirror's Clowns Don't Cry, like one of the biggest elements of the album that they were proud of was the feature. Like, it's feature heavy, right? And they were saying like a lot of his projects are not feature heavy, and that's on purpose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but like this one has almost every song has someone else on it. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, I mean, like I get like J. Cole did it. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? That's 1 in a million of people. You know what I'm saying?
Don't care
But
about
like,
no feature.
yeah, I just feel like
I ain't gonna lie, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
Made on Mars, I think only had one feature on there.
okay.
And that was my uncle. Cause on some real shit, he be funding me a lot. And he be helping me out.
Okay.
He got my back. Like,
Was that intentional?
yeah, for sure.
Was it intentional?
Like, I could have had another feature on there. I had somebody that was on the track.
Yeah.
I ended up cutting it. I'm like, nah, I'd rather just have my uncle on here. Cause like he helped me put this together. Like, you gonna be on here, my boy. Like,
Does that person
and
have?
he don't even rap.
Did you hear from that person when the song came out?
We talked about it. I ain't gonna name the person, so it don't really matter. But it ain't nothing
You
personal.
don't gotta name him, obviously.
Yeah, we gonna work together. He gonna see this.
Yeah.
We gonna work together. Yeah. No, he killed the feature. The feature was hard. No. I had somebody that did a feature, and I cut him off the album for my uncle to be the only feature on the album. I wanted to do more, for him to be more special to him.
That's way more sentimental.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
because
feel
he
that.
helped me put the album together.
Type shit.
Yeah,
type
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I feel that.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make you you're gonna be the only feature on here.
It wasn't like you had to cut it because it was ass. Like,
No. The boy killed the verse.
Oh,
fire
tight.
for sure. Yeah.
Have you ever had to do that? Somebody sing your verse and you had to be like,
No, that might have been like the second time.
okay.
Yeah.
Wait, you're saying this was the second time you sent a verse back?
Not really
Cut a
send the verse back,
or
but
cut
just
it,
like just
cut
didn't
it.
put it out. Yeah.
So what was the first time?
I was back. Like
Okay.
when I first coming out.
Okay.
But you might get your boy on the track. And oh no, you ain't that. You going through that situation. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you know what's up. Like,
said you ain't that.
Yeah, but I don't want you on this, John. Like, it happens.
Wow.
No, it ain't even that. Like, it's when I'm first coming up. You know what I'm
That
saying?
feels
Like,
like
just cooking up with homies. Like, no, bro, you can't get on this track. Like, you.
I think if I was a rapper, that would be my biggest fear.
Mm-hmm.
Is telling somebody, like sending them a song and then 3 days later they send something back and they're like, you feel me? Like, how do you
it
sound
happens,
like, bro?
It happens.
I feel like I would go about it. I would go about it by way of encouragement. Like, bro, I know you got something in you, bro. Like, I know,
Yeah.
I know you got an
It's hard.
animal.
It's
I know you got
hard,
an
though.
animal
Like,
in you,
yo,
bro.
wanna
I just
burn
need you to
bridges and shit,
activate it.
too.
Like,
It's like, damn, you did work on that, John. Like, you thought this shit was fire.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I gotta put this out now. Like, it hurt a little bit. Yeah.
has that ever happened to you?
Nah. Because I don't really work with people like that. Like, as far as me working on somebody else's track, it don't really happen that often. I be in my own world. Nobody worry about me. You feel me? I'm cooking up. I'm on some other shit. they on some hood shit, some dancing shit. I'm over here with it. They ain't worry about me.
Anybody hit you with a follow-up call?
I mean, people want to work with me, but it ain't like they coming out of pocket and like that. And like I said, I'm mad busy making a song a week right now, so I'm locked in. I haven't really went on my way to work on nobody.
You never had to retouch a verse,
Nah.
or like, or I'm sorry, send back a verse, or be like,
To somebody?
yeah.
Nah.
And you never were the recipient of that. Like, you never had to, and then like go back.
Nah. I just be letting shit rock, bro.
I want you to remember this conversation the day somebody hit you and be like, yo, bro. I'm not saying I wish this day upon you.
Yeah.
But I really want to know your reaction, bro. Because, like, how do you react? Like,
All right.
what if you really, I guess you could just say, like, I don't got nothing else. Like, I ain't got, maybe I'm not the one for this, bro.
Yeah, no, I never had that. That probably happened to me.
All right. I don't want it to happen to you, but, like, you should get some experience. You know what I mean?
I feel like I'll be getting my way out of shit. Like, if I don't want to do something, I ain't going to do it. So I don't never had send no verse back. Like, if I feel like I ain't going to give you a good verse, I'm just not going to do it.
I just feel like the retaliation on the other end, like if you send it back to them and they're like, you know what I'm saying? People are, rap is a very egotistical thing.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
I've always had.
It's hard to tell people they're not doing their job right in rap. Does that make sense?
Yeah, right.
You know, it's one of those things. So, I don't know. I wanted to segue that though, because we were talking about Mir and his album, his features being like him having a lot of features on the album.
Yeah.
You have a close relationship with Mir Fontaine.
Yeah,
You have a close relationship. You guys have numerous songs together.
Right.
Talk about they are. Talk about the relationship between you and.
As far as Mir, see, look, me, man, I don't really like talking about everything with me and Mir. Cause I like to be more genuine. I know a lot of people view Mir differently.
Yeah.
Cause I have at one point too. Like when I first got in my first feature with Mir, Solo Waves.
Yeah.
When I got that was the biggest thing ever to me. I'm like, oh shit, like this is the first industry person that I have on my track. Like he got the whole city rocking with him.
Tough.
Like I was that. I was the fan versus thinking he was a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? But now, like, he circled back. I feel like we worked a couple times together. Always had good memories, good tracks. You know what I'm saying? And he circled back and came back and got me, man. You know, we boys now. Because I always used to want to be friends with Mir. Yeah. Like, not even on no fanboy, like, oh, we can make fire together. I don't never ask Mir for nothing. You know what I'm saying? He don't ask me for nothing. It's just a humble, mutual. You know, we chilling. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely feel like he came back and got me. He be showing a lot of love and guiding me, kind of like a mentor in a way.
Word.
I definitely still do look up to Mir. You know, he's doing his thing for sure.
Facts.
I feel like he slept on a lot. And it's crazy because like he be rocking that shit better than anybody out here, yo.
Bro, he do.
Like it's crazy.
He does.
For real, bro. So flowers to him.
Geographically inconvenienced, Tay, is where we are. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, he showed love.
So when you work with Mir, are you guys, for the songs that you have, I guess Solo may not have been like this, but is the crock where like you guys are in the studio together, or is it kind of like you send him the track?
So every song we've done, the first two, I was never in the studio with Mir.
Okay.
I had this shit done, sent it to him, he did what he did and sent it back to me. And that was like, oh, fire. I never had to say nothing else about it, you know what I'm saying? Track is out. But the last John, same thing kinda. I recorded the song probably like a month, 2 months before he even got to it. We went to the studio together this time. So I actually saw him lay the verse live in the studio on my track. So even though we didn't record it the same day, the experience was kind of there.
Saw it happen,
Yeah, I saw it happen. So I appreciate that track.
Yeah.
But that only happened for the third one.
What's that like, man? Talk about that, man. I always feel like, man, I wish, you know, sometimes when people wish like they was in the NBA and like those moments, I feel like when rappers are in the studio together, I feel like that's a big moment.
Yeah, for sure.
So obviously you were a fan of him, so there was that, and then obviously that developed to like a working relationship. So like there's that. But what is it doing for your motivation? What is it doing for your inspiration? Seeing him in the studio,
it's doing everything.
Constructing a verse.
Yeah, I've been in the studio with him a couple times, a couple people.
Like, what are your thoughts as you're watching this happen?
You know, I want to do the same thing.
Word.
I gotta work hard to be in the same spot. And it's like, you feel me? If he can do it, why can't I? I'm actually seeing it happen right in front of my face. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm either being lazy or I'm not working hard enough because I can do it.
You never changed a verse after hearing his verse?
No.
Never.
No. I thought about it for the croc because he went crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Stupid.
He went stupid on
He
the
goes
croc.
stupid on all your features.
He
for
do.
real,
Yeah,
but
for
he
sure.
said he makes a point.
And that's
to
why I
do
work with him because I know he go crazy. Like it ain't no like, oh, I'm better than you. Like, nah. I feel like Mir's an actual rapper. I don't consider myself a rapper. And it's funny because me and him had a conversation about this, and he said I'm an author. You feel me? He literally told me I'm an author.
Wow.
For real.
Yeah.
You go on my Instagram right now, my bio says author because of Mir.
That's tough.
Like real shit.
That's tough. Shout out Mir, man.
No,
That's
for sure.
tough.
No, real shit.
That's hard. That's hard.
I like creating songs, bro. That's really what it is. I be having fun making songs. It ain't to like, oh, I'm the best rapper out here. I don't consider myself that. I like making songs. I'm inspired by a lot of people. I just do my thing. I like making music.
Can I guess at something that I think you like more than making music?
What?
Making music videos.
For sure.
Ah,
for sure. No, for sure.
Can I say why I said that? Why I say that?
Yeah.
Because we talked about the consistency and the effort, and we'll talk about it on camera a little more.
Okay.
But the same way, like I said, when I can notice that you are dropping singles consistently, and they are like they're coming, right? Your music videos are very I don't want to say complex. They're not like surface level. Does that make sense? Like they're fire videos. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Even like right, like the pass out video. That's like kind of like conceptual. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, so I guess what I'm saying is, I can tell by the effort that you put into your videos that you do care about them, and you're having fun doing it.
Right.
Does that make sense? It's like Odd Future kind of.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm inspired by that. So that's why I feel like I got to do more of my videos. They used to go crazy. They used to have fucking niggas half horse. Like crazy, all types of crazy, nut shit, bro.
And that actually is a perfect segue to something I wanted to say to you. That I said I wanted to say to you on camera. I hope that is a compliment when I say that you remind me of Tyler, the Creator. And I'm going to tell you why, though. And not just because, like, you guys are, like, cool. Like, like because here's why. When I think early in your career, you obviously have a specific sound, right? Like when you rap. I think early in your career, that was the pocket, right? Like it was a very specific, like you said, kind of like very Odd Future influenced, like sound, right? The reason why I say you're kind of like Tyler, is obviously you're similar in terms of like the creativity and the expression, right? Obviously there's that, but in terms of, I feel like Tyler is one of the very, very, very few people who maintained the way he sounds, but like developed it into like
where you could try different shit.
Yes, and it's quality music, and it's like not outside. It's genuinely not outside of like Goblin. It's like it's genuinely not. If you think of like his like Sonics, you know what I'm saying? Like it's very similar. But he now is playing with certain sounds, and now he's adding melodies, and now there's trumpets, and now there's pianos, and now you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I feel that way when I listen to your music now, because I felt like back then it was very Goblin, very Bastard, very.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You're going in with for that sound because that's what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's what you're getting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm ready.
And now you're like, right.
I hated everything.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. But now you're like in what I would say is like to keep the comparison alive. You're now in what is like an Igor stage where it's like, I know you're not doing that same shit anymore, but I know you're developing musically and you're adding shit. So it's like I'm gonna tap into this because
appreciate it.
And you're and all within not stepping outside yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I wanted to compliment that, and that's what I wanted to tell you before when I was like, I'm gonna tell you on camera.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, and I forgot. I think Tyler came out. Oh, and inspirations. Yeah. So I feel that way.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. That's love.
I listen to songs like Under Control, right? Where like there's some melody in it. There's some like you know what I'm saying. Like there's some like you found how to make your sound work, and like. You found like you know what they say you mastered your aesthetic. Does that make sense?
Right,
like you mastered your aesthetic kind of. Does that make sense? That's what I mean. Yeah. So big kudos to that, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, very very big kudos to that.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing that too.
Yeah, please do. Obviously, bro. Sure. Obviously, and we talked about like the break that you take to kind of come back that way. And I think it's important, bro. And I think you're an example of doing it right. You know what I'm saying? Because some people just take breaks because they call it a break, but really it's just like they're not inspired, and it's like. Life hit me and like
I ain't gonna lie, I appreciate you saying
you
I'm doing it right.
Yeah,
to be honest,
you know
because like I always felt like I was doing it wrong.
Yeah, I'm not. When I say doing it right, I guess what I mean is like you're doing it with intention and you have an agenda. That's what I mean. You're not just out here like song drop, link in bio, and then like we see you then like 4 weeks later and you do it again.
You do it again.
Like, all right, nigga.
I'm here.
It's like no, there's music videos, there's performances, there's. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the 27 caution tape Zay. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
I got more shit.
Correct. Correct. I'm an involved person. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just more substance, you know. I forgot what song it was, but you said that you were going to stay independent forever, and I think that is a lie.
Why you say that?
Because I'm going to approach you with a deal. Tay, we got to name this segment. We got to name it. We'll talk off camera. Cuz I like putting these rappers in a bind. I be getting them in a chokehold. Yo, I be getting them in a chokehold. I had Emerald City ready.
Yeah.
Hey, Emerald City, y'all know. Hey, Emerald City, y'all know y'all my guys, man. I had them ready. There's ready part ways over these contracts.
That's crazy.
So we gonna have a segment. We gotta call it something. But when I interview rappers, man, I like to break their soul, man. I like to break their spirit, break their soul. You know what I'm saying? I like to show them that. I like to show them that they have a price.
All right, what's the rate?
You know what I'm saying?
I probably do got a price. I ain't gonna lie.
And say you a real. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You a real independent dude. You know what I'm saying? I say you're somebody who is themselves.
Appreciate it.
Cannot be talked outside of themselves. Cannot be persuaded outside of themselves. You seem like you have solid foundations within yourself.
Yeah, I love myself.
So I'm here to break all those foundations. That's my job right now. So, say, do you want to consult, or you want me to take this one, or you want to talk about what we talked about with? Okay, I'll start it off. So, UrbanZayy, how you doing? My name is Steven. I'm A&R here at TSOJ Records.
How you doing?
My partner Tay, he's taking a business call, so he'll be in and out of the meeting.
No problem.
you know, Zay, we heard the singles. We heard the singles. And you know, we can help but notice the consistency in the drops. You know, and we really like the approach in which you're taking. And we think we have something to offer you. You know, we think we have something to offer you. Tay and I have spoken, you know, had numerous conversations, you know, 2, 3 in the morning about you. You know, we really believe in what you can do. So we want to offer you something. So I know you're a singles guy. You know, I know that. But we're going to need some albums. We're going to need some albums, okay? So we're thinking in a 3-year deal, right? We're thinking in a 3-year deal, you give us 2 albums, right? 3 years, 2 albums, right? Here's the thing, right? you want your masters, right? Sure. As everybody does, right? Everybody wants their masters, right? Here's the thing, they're not that valuable right now, right? They're gonna be valuable in your future, right? We're talking about your kids, and you're not, you know what I mean? Like, do you have kids? No. Exactly, you know what I mean? So like, okay, right? Okay, you have a stepkid, right? But you know, that's something that like later on you wanna have that. You don't need it right now. You're a young guy. You don't need it right now. So here's the thing. We'll hold on to the masters. Okay, we'll hold on to the masters. In this deal, you will get a $50,000 advance that has to be recouped.
Okay.
Once it is recouped, we will give you a $300,000 check.
Sound like shit.
And that's it.
No, thank you.
And that's it.
No, thank you.
That's it.
No, thank you.
Nah. Why is that?
Hey, y'all want to give me a deal.
What's that?
I said, you want to give me a deal. Mm-hmm. Like, you see something that's in me that's valuable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to go ahead and do my own thing and get that myself. I mean, I don't necessarily need y'all. I got my own team back here at home. You feel me? I got the home base.
Here's the thing, Zay, right?
I don't necessarily need y'all. And that money you about to give me, I got to get back to you, right? I'm pretty sure.
Only 50 grand. I mean, if you believe in yourself, you can come back 50 grand, right?
Hey, I think we should give him the tour package.
Give him the tour. You want to give him the tour package too, just to sweeten it a little bit. The tour package comes with more money, so you can do the tour. You want to hear about it?
Nah, I'm good.
There's some M's involved.
I believe it, but
I just
I can get it myself.
I
like to get out the mud.
We thought we just thought. I think
we've heard that before.
I think we thought. I think we just thought we were dealing with more of a stand-up guy. Maybe I guess we were wrong. We thought.
I got to do it for you now.
Yeah, sure.
You give me $500,000,
and
then I'll come back and give you $1 million. Give me like 2 years, 3 years.
So instead of $300,000, you want $500.
I'm gonna hook you up. You're gonna give me some money since you believe in me so much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna come back and give it back to you. And so.
All right, let's put that in writing.
I gotta read the fine print. No, I was involved.
Nah, I feel like we could break you with some M's. We don't gotta do it right now.
Yeah,
but I feel like I could break you with some M's.
Yeah.
You came on saying you was ready to sign. Before I even said anything, you was like, I'll fuck around sign.
Nah, not even. I'm independent for real. I'm Kobe independent. I can drop a song a week because I want to. Nobody telling me shit. Like, I don't gotta go about nobody. Nobody's got it.
So we can get you at anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 per song.
Yeah. Then you want my masters? That's crazy.
We'll give it back.
You give it back.
We'll give it back in like 5 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. You want my
we'll
masters?
We'll give it back in 5 years.
Now you want solo?
You know what's crazy though? Think about this master shit though, right? Think about off masters, right? Like he owned Think about how much money Nelly got from Hot in Here.
Mm-hmm.
When it first came out for like the first 3 years. And think about how much he might have got like post 2010. Mm-hmm. Like even 2010, that song is old. You know what I'm saying? Like think about the money he got right away from that song versus the song that that his masters, his residuals, and now he's getting. He's probably like super good off of that song.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So like we give it back in like 5 years. Like you don't need your masters right now.
Nah.
We'll give it back.
Nah. You should have to hold it. It's alright. If it ain't worth nothing right now, why you want it?
That's a collateral.
No, it's
I like you, Zay. I don't gotta trust you.
No.
It's a collateral. It's a business. Listen, man, we're accepting artists at TSOJ Records. We're giving out deals. Not everyone's fortunate to take them. All right, we're giving out deals. All right, if you're an artist, I think there's a J Howe in the building. There's a J Howe somewhere in the background.
Shout out J Howe.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got a contract for you. We might involve some men. We'll talk off camera.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know about that.
So, all right. I guess my question is, what can a label approach you with?
Man, I don't want no label, man. Like,
oh my God!
I feel like the freedom.
Bro.
The money ain't really nothing, man. It ain't about the money. You know what I'm saying? If I die broke, at least I still got my shit. Like I'm doing this because I want to do it. It's for me. It's
You don't
not about the money.
You don't want to live off of.
I can get the money myself.
You don't want to live off of what you love doing though.
I'm already doing that, but not fully. But you feel me? Like
that's what I'm saying though. Like fully.
I mean, I'm gonna get there. It's baby steps. Like, I'm not on a time frame. I'm on my own time. You feel me? When it's meant for me, it's gonna be meant for me. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna keep on trying until I do get it.
So no label can approach you with nothing.
I don't need nothing.
With nothing.
Nah.
No advance that you gotta pay back.
That might be different.
See what I'm saying? All right, that's what I'm saying. All right, so
that might be different. Yeah, I'm not saying I'll never sign. You feel me? But it gotta be the right deal. I'm not about to be your puppet.
Yeah, type shit.
Nah.
Type shit.
Nah.
How important is creative control versus opportunity for you in a deal?
Very important.
Versus opportunity.
I gotta have creative control over everything. Like you don't tell me to go wear this and go do this photo shoot. You're not about to put me in no dress. You're not about to like just do anything to me. I'm not your little puppet. You feel me? So that's really what it is. If that's what I gotta do to get money, I'm not doing it. If that's what selling your soul is, it's not happening.
Can I tell you what I told somebody else and they were like, all right, I feel you. This is what I said. I said, I think as an artist, again, this is an egotistical game.
Yeah.
So like, I'm looking at this as not a rapper, so I don't have the rapper ego, right? Right. You know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like rapper. All right. So we talk about rappers having this ego, right? I kind of feel like there's a difference in your ego and like your moral compass and like who you are. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So therefore, there's a difference in not doing something because you don't want to do it and not doing something because it breaks your moral compass. Does that make sense? What I'm realizing is the moral compass is what matters because the thing before that is just ego and that's fake. That's not real.
So you made up. Yeah.
As much as possible, you're a human. You don't do that.
Right.
Like, as much as possible, you should make decisions off your ego, right? You should make objective decisions.
Right.
So, for example, when you say like you don't want to compromise your creative control, right? Or I'm not wearing a dress, right? Or whatever the case. It's like, okay, don't answer this right away.
Okay.
Is wearing the dress breaking your moral compass? Like what you believe in. So here's an example. You're a star now. You made it, right? Zay, we got you in GQ. We got you a cover for GQ. They want you to wear this dress. It comes with $1 million. You got to take some pictures in the dress and go home in 2 hours.
Like I said, the money ain't worth it.
But so
now you're talking $1 million.
But that's what I'm saying though. But how is
that's
that
crazy? You really getting pimped out like $1 million?
But then how is that breaking
you
your
to be
moral
in a dress on a magazine is crazy.
But how is that breaking your moral compass?
Cause I don't live by that.
I live by what?
Wearing a dress on the mail.
Okay.
I was raised. You feel me? Like not to go against anybody else on how they was raised.
Okay,
you feel me? But
okay, you made that a belief. I didn't think you made that a belief.
yeah.
Let me think of something else. That's valid.
No, for sure.
I'm trying to think of something that's just like.
It's not familiar to what I see. I don't see none of y'all in a dress. You feel me? Why would I go out my way to wear a dress for $1 million? That's being a puppet. Like I'm not doing it.
Would you do like club appearances?
Yeah, definitely for a bag. Yeah, for sure.
Would you do a feature with somebody that you're not a fan of?
No, probably not.
All right, so we'll give you $5 million to get on this guy's song.
That's ass though. People really do that shit though.
Give him $6.
No, and I'm saying no now, and I probably will. So I'm being a hypocrite on camera. You feel me? But like how I feel right now, not in the genius space that I'm in. Like if I don't genuinely like you, I'm not doing this on with you. Like money, you can't put a price tag on everything. You feel me? Money is the root of evil.
What if that song is your way out, and now you have kids?
Man, look, I'm gonna have to ask my manager. It's like, nah. Yeah, I'm gonna ask my manager this shit.
I guess my point. We'll wrap it up.
He gonna talk. We gonna have a little meeting.
Yeah.
We gonna get in a huddle. He gonna weigh the pros and the cons. We gonna talk about it. And, decisions get made.
That's all I ask. Just weigh the pros and cons.
Yeah. Right now, it ain't happening. So I ain't worried about it.
I'm gonna make a record label just to break rappers. Like I'm gonna, bro, just to break the soul of rappers. I'm gonna make a record label. So, like I just want to do that, bro. You guys, your egos are ridiculous. So I want to talk about this because I think I'm pretty getting better at it. I think I don't have a ton of. I do. I have more opportunities now, but there is a such thing as studio etiquette, and how people should and should not act in the studio, right? You seem pretty low maintenance, but I know you also take your craft seriously, which might mean that you kind of demand the room when you need to do your shit, right?
Not all the time. More before than now.
So,
now I'm more inviting.
Okay. What? But there is some shit that doesn't fly. There's some shit that's like, oh, you're blowing my shit. Like, get out.
Yeah, I haven't encountered it yet.
Okay. But what are some of those things? What is UrbanZayy's studio etiquette rules 101? Did you see the TDE thing where they put? It was like years ago. Where they put like studio Schoolboy Q put the list of.
Yeah,
you see that?
Yeah,
Schoolboy Q, like years ago, when I was in college. Like, Schoolboy Q put like a piece of paper on the door that said like TDE studio rules, and it was like a list of. And some of them was like bullshit, like funny, but like it was like rules, like you can't do these things in studio.
Right.
So like if you had a UrbanZayy's before you walk in this fucking door, you need to know these things.
Don't come in there. You cannot come in there and be obnoxious. You feel me? You gotta chill. You cannot be trying to be the hype man. Yo, this fire, this and that. No, just chill out. We just gonna rock. Like, you feel me? You ain't gotta do all that.
Don't speak until spoken to? Is that
basically, like, if it's your first time in there, just chill. Like, cause that's how I be. You feel me? Like, then you gotta be polite to the ladies. You know, ladies in there, let her have a seat. You know what I'm saying? You can't be over here trying to hog a seat from a lady. Stuff like that. You feel me? Don't be recording nothing. Don't have no phone out. Record me in the booth. None of that. Like, you're not posting no snippets. You're not saving no snippets. You're not going back to your little hometown and telling your brother that you found this in the studio with Zay. You got this snippet. All this. No, we're not doing that. We're about to leak this. No, not happening. You feel me? So you cannot be out here recording in the studio. That's another thing. And don't be trying to influence nothing. Don't hear me say something on the mic and then you try to come over like, no, it should sound like this. You should say this, bro. Oh, I would have did this. Like, no, I didn't ask you that. You weren't here working on my time. I'm the one that's creating. You feel me? I'm trying to come here and tell me how this should sound. No.
Are these rules for first timers or are these allowed?
No, yeah, that's how I asked. Because it might become a point where I'm like, yo, how y'all feel about this? You feel me? Then you get your opinion, but don't try to come in there and tell me how to do myself. That's crazy.
Do you have?
It hasn't happened, but that'd be crazy.
Do you have a hard time distinguishing help that you want versus help that you don't want?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you have a hard time? You have a hard time distinguishing that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I know exactly what I want.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like when I'm in the studio, I feel like the best thing to do, I do believe you should not talk unless spoken to. Unless you're in a room like very like
if it's very little people.
Or like they're not recording. Like, you know, sometimes in the studio it's like just vibes. Like, we're not recording. It's like then if it's just conversation going around the room, you can
like if it's just me and you, we in there. You feel me? Who else I'm talking to? You feel me? But if it's a bunch of people in there, I'm bringing you to a studio where I'm going. Like that's their home court. You feel me? We going into their court to record some shit. You feel me? Well, I try to be the main guy. Like it's your first time they seeing you. You gotta come off easy.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is like, even within that session, let's say this was a studio session, right? Let's say you're the rapper, right? Let's say y'all two are the rappers or whatever. There's going to be time, let's say, and you're in a 5-hour studio session. There's going to be downtime in that studio session where like you're not recording, you're just kind of kicking in, somebody smoking, and like it's kind of like nothing, no work is happening really. You know what I'm saying? I guess what I'm saying is like in that environment, you can join the communal conversation. Like you can chime in loosely. You still gotta like, you know what I'm saying? You don't go full clip. You know what I'm saying? You full clip. Like somebody asks you if you seen something, like, yeah, I did see that. Yeah, that shit was hard. Yeah. But then don't start talking about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that shit was hard. Like, you feel me?
You gotta keep it short. You can't be the main character.
Yeah. I would never give a rapper advice in the studio.
Right.
I just don't think that's a good idea.
At all.
I think I'll
fuck with taking advice.
No, but if you ask for it though, you gotta ask for it. You feel me?
Right. So it's kind of the same thing what I do with like advice with friends now. So now it's very like I try to be. I'm better with it in social situations, but like I try to be this way with like creative things too. Like it's like, do you want me to be a listening friend, or do you want me to be like give me an opinion? Like if you're venting to me as a friend, I'm gonna let you vent the whole shit, and then when you're done, I'm gonna ask you, do you want me to just listen and be the friend just to listen to you, or do you want me to chime in? You feel what I'm saying?
It depends what the situation is. To be honest,
I'll say chime in. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, it depends on the situation.
Yeah. So I guess because I wouldn't know how to distinguish that line.
Yeah, because if I'm like set in stone on something, I don't want you to give me your opinion to go against how I already feel. Like, I know this is the way I want this to be. This is what I'm going through. I gotta go about it this way. Like I don't need your opinion right now. I just need you to listen. Yeah. But I'm going through a situation where it's like, all right, I can use some advice. Then of course I'm asking you to give me some feedback.
Because there's a level of trust.
For sure.
There's a level of there is a level of like, by you giving me an opinion, you're not trusting me. In this case, you know what I'm saying? And I think there's also like I have a guy at my gym. I'm not gonna go into many details, but he tries to correct me a lot on things that I don't want to say don't need correcting because that sounds arrogant. Like you I don't need correcting.
Yeah.
But it's like he's almost like trying to find something wrong to then be like, yo, bro. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't want that help because that feels like your ego. That feels like you kind of
not all the time though. It depends on how genuine it is.
That's what I'm saying. My point.
There are people that
right because like for example, that's what I'm saying. In this case with this particular person, it's the ego.
Oh, okay,
like, it's kind of like it's not like right. Like bro, I'm a teacher, bro. I know what genuine helping someone looks like and feels like. And like I know what that looks like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not seeing something wrong, being like, oh.
You can do it this way. Yeah.
It's like you're looking for something to be wrong.
Trick or treat. To make me feel like I'm worse.
Right.
But then sometimes people are different. You gotta understand that too. He could be doing some like tough training. Like I'm sure MJ was like that probably.
But all right, so let me finish. So here's why.
It's a different type of.
Here's why it's not that.
Okay.
Because
it's a personal relationship.
Right. I don't want to say too much. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to say too much.
Right.
But let's just say there is a ranking system, and this person is the same rank as me.
Okay.
And the ranking system is massive. So, for example, it's like there are people who are higher in the ranking system, who not only just because you're higher in the ranking system you can help me. It's not simply that. It's the fact that when they come to help you, it's never ego driven. It's like student to teacher. It's very like nurturing and like here's why and like you know what I'm saying? It's not just like you're doing this wrong. No, and like stopping the drill and like trying to fix my shit.
Yeah,
like,
yo, shit, right?
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, no, bro, that's ego to me. Like, I don't want that help. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want the help that's like genuine. You feel me?
Right.
I don't know. Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest.
You know, me too.
I had a lot of, but yeah. So studio etiquette, I don't talk. I don't speak unless spoken to, unless you're in a communal conversation. All right, so maybe you can answer this for me because I do this. I do be on the phone.
That's cool.
But I can't be like.
Yeah, no. You can't be no fanboy recording shit all that. No. You can be on your phone.
Can I take a selfie?
That's doing too much for what? Like for what though? Like I don't be in the studio. I'm in people's sessions. I'm chilling. Selfie for what? Like Instagram ain't that important. You feel me? You with me, you ain't doing that.
I just
unless you family, like you've been a lot of times. Like I'm cool. Like but first time at the studio, me no.
I just picture you stopping the entire studio session. Like if something go wrong. Like,
what you doing? Yeah?
Like stopping the music and everything. Like yo, cut that. Yo, what you doing, yo?
Yo, it's crazy because I've seen that. I ain't gonna talk about the story, but I've seen that shit happen, and it's crazy, bro. I'm like, damn, yo, I've been to so many sessions. I've been chilling all the time, smoking, rolling up, cooling, catching vibe. You come one time, that's what you doing? I'm like, man, come on.
Oh.
I've seen this shit, man.
Can I tell you something else and you can give your opinion on?
Mm.
I once saw someone go in the studio and record like 3 songs in like 15 minutes.
Yeah? Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Can you give your thoughts on that before I get on?
That's crazy. That's wild. You doing that. Mm-hmm. I don't know, bro. 15 minutes is wild. Bro. Like, what's the point?
He came in and wanted to take drink and got out.
Yeah.
What was the song?
One take job.
So this and
People
so
don't like that.
Yeah, yo, I don't even think Drake doing that shit. Like, come on, man.
Ain't no way.
Silence person.
It can't be nothing.
15 minutes, 3 songs.
It happened fairly long enough ago that I don't think this. Like, if I don't say their name, it might not, register. But I just don't want to.
You don't even say their name. Yeah, no, we ain't doing that.
No, she said something funny. That was before we react to it. And I was like, if they happen to catch somewhere in the story that it's them, I don't want them to see how I reacted the way I did. But she said it was tough.
Yo, that's wild.
No, it was. So we talk about like effort in craftsmanship, shit like that, and
like I said, when I go to the studio, I was doing 8-hour joints. I was doing 4 songs. Like, I'm spending 2 hours on that joint. That's mixing it, making sure like I'm out. Record. No.
But even that feels like you were there 8 hours. Like you got some shit done,
mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
Versus
the 3 songs.
When we talk about effort, this guy was like playing the beat, going in. Doing a verse, like one take drink, and then he was like done. Like he's like, all right, run the next drum. Like he would hear it back. You know what I'm saying? Hear it back. Make sure he went through all his progressions, and then he was like, all right, bet. Like let's go to the next drum.
That's wild.
And to me, I'm just like, Just like be honest for a second. Like really be honest for a second, bro. And this is why I get kind of frustrated when it comes to effort, bro. Because effort is not something that you have to learn. Like you could suck and give a ton of effort.
No, for sure. Yeah, right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you're doing the right thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like effort alone is everything.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I get really upset, bro, when people like expect people to listen to your shit. I'm like, you're not fucking putting out a song every week and putting out a video with them.
Right. Yeah.
So why do I want to listen to your shit? You're just putting out a fucking clip art.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel that way about a lot of people in this area that I think are very talented, but it's like the opposite. How I said like there's effort and there's talent. I would rather you be like your talent is here, but you put balls to the wall effort because you'll find your wiggle. Like you'll find the
you'll find a way in.
You know what I'm saying? You'll find a way in.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the talent without the effort, you won't
it's
find.
nothing. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You be a best rapper alive, bro. You think Universal's gonna fucking
you in your crib just chilling, not making nothing. What's gonna happen?
That's
why I said going even about the singles and shit. You are really him. You know what I'm saying? You dropping a song so consistently, you have a better odds of making it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus rating and depending on the album, something like that. They're good. You feel me? But like. You really want to just be consistent because you gotta be, bro.
Yeah.
Even if good or not, you gotta be consistent. Like you really want something, you gotta be consistent at it. These niggas ain't out here playing in the NBA, playing ball once a week. They playing ball every day, every single day, bro. Trying to get better. Their games every week, every couple of days. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't stop.
Twice a day.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Niggas doing 2-day practices. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
It happens, bro. They working on that shit full time.
And then it becomes fucking offensive, bro. Right? When someone says to you like. Someone who didn't play in college is like, I need you a bucket. Imagine somebody hearing that in like the prime of you training. Like think about the most competitive time you've been in your life. College, high school, whatever it was. Like the most competitive, right? I'm only saying him because him and him or like high, like college.
Yeah, no, I've seen situations with this nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Now imagine somebody like where you really getting after it, bro. You getting your 1,000-point ball, and you getting your 2,000-point ball, and niggas is like, I used to cook him at Westfield. Bro, I feel like I would stop everything and be like, bro, we gotta talk about this right now. That's offensive, bro, because you don't put in no work and you have no idea of the concept of what it even. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta put out albums, them not do well, to then take a step back and be like, all right, am I that nigga? Like,
maybe I'm not.
Maybe I'm not that nigga. Right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not that nigga, and then devise a plan to then become that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah, bro. I just feel like it's offensive, bro, and I feel like a lot of people would be like. I hear people say like, "Oh, I see you got your podcast. Like, I want to start a podcast." And I'm like, "All right, bet." And you hear them talking, it's like, bro, you just want to talk. Like, you don't want to. You just want like attention on you.
Right. You don't care about people you interviewing.
Yeah. Because if you don't
care about the people that's going behind the scenes working on the shit, you don't care about none of that. You just want to be the start.
Right.
If I told him to tell you right now to add up all the money we put into this, the shit that happened to our equipment. If I told you, just ask him some things that have happened to us, bro. And I told you before, like niggas would be like, "Oh yeah."
Ready to wrap it up? Yeah,
wrap it up. Something new. Just didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like, this didn't work. It's like, no, you just hit an obstacle and you didn't want to, like...
overcome it.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Just stop. You know?
Yeah, you can't give up.
Yeah, bro. That's all it is, bro. It's effort. It's effort and open-mindedness. Yeah. We should name this episode Open-mindedness.
I'm with it.
Because we don't got the clips of us talking about it before.
Right.
But it was the concept of kind of like...
Yeah. Open-minded and shit.
I'll talk to the guy behind the camera. So let me ask you, bro. With all these singles dropping... Is there a build up to something, or is it just? So I guess my question is the single dropping? That's obviously, or maybe not obviously, a temporary kind of like right now for the foreseeable next.
Yeah, because I can't keep doing it ongoing 2 years in a row. I'm dropping a single. Like, so, you could if you wanted to, but like I feel like they get played out. So it's gonna have to be something different. Like you said, probably some type of project, but it'll probably be small EPs, and I'll probably do a bunch of them. Okay. You feel me? Like throughout the year. Okay. Like, it won't just be me taking a big break to make 4 different EPs. I might just drop them all in 1 year. All right. So it's still gonna be that same consistency, and maybe not something that's so big, and that would take so much of my time up to make. You know what I'm saying? Smaller bodies of work. Type shit. Now, do you have are any of these concepts mapped out at all? Not yet. I just think about. I just take it as I go. Yeah, right. It'll come to me. I'll start to focus on it. Right now, I'm not. I'm still focused on dropping this on the week right now and shooting visuals, stuff like that. And when by this time, when they see this, probably like September. Oh yeah. So basically the same shit. Yeah. I'm thinking of the documentary. Should I even talk about that? No, fucking yeah. We shut up. Yeah. I'm talking about documentary. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you can talk about it. So yeah, man. I guess my next question is just what's next. Obviously, we're talking about this releasing will be in the future, so
obviously, right?
Yeah,
But,
yeah, sure.
Think around September time, right? What can we look forward to? What is the?
I'm a mess. The video is probably coming out, I guess, this week. Or it probably came out last week. I'm not sure exactly when it's dropping.
This month.
But it's coming out this month. That's my highlighted video and single of this month. It's called I'm a Mess. She's kind of far. I shot it with A-Rod. Shout out A-Rod. He be going crazy, yo. He be going crazy. He locked in for real.
We gotta get
Like,
A-Rod on here too.
That's somebody else that's inspiring out here in the community. Like, he really doing his thing, yo.
Shout out A-Rod.
Imagine you. That's my dude.
Yeah, shout out A-Rod. We gotta get him on here.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely do. A-Rod cool. He'll do it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Imagine
For sure.
you.
Yeah, I just gotta ask him. Build up the cojones.
That's my dude, man.
All right, man. Listen, bro. Again, I just want to publicly give you your flowers, bro. That's obviously what we're here for, obviously on the podcast, bro. But the work is very noticed, bro. I want you to know that the work is noticed by your peers, bro, and those watching. And we like what we're seeing, bro. It's not a lot of people are doing what you're doing. Not a lot of people are thinking the way you're thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are not calculated in these movements. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the calculation shows with what you're putting out, right? Like we know that there's a master behind the plan. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. Any encouragement I can give, bro, just to keep going, bro. Keep doing your thing. We love what you're doing, bro. That's why we wanted to have you on.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, bro.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So you want to plug your gram and all that real quick?
Yeah, it's UrbanZayy. UrbanZayy. Follow me. Check me out. Like you said, a song a week, video a month. We mad active. And I can love y'all support. I can use it. You know?
Indeed.
For the support.
All right, man. Listen, one time for your host and those behind the camera. My name is Steven. I go by Ugly Steven on Instagram. We're going to shout out Jesus. I'm going to give you a whole shit. Vintage since underscore behind the camera.
Never happened.
I'm getting tired. For the camera.
I'm gone.
If y'all still tapped in, you still watching, I want you to know. I had a very long day. I went to the beach in the morning. I came straight to the beach, went home, and then came straight here. It's 8:30. We usually shoot at like 1 or 2. So I got like jet lag, if that's the thing, within the same time zone. But I'm fucked up.
Yeah, you definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So the later it get, the speech gets slurred. You feel me? That's really like wrapping up. I had 12 more questions, but I can't. I'm like,
No, I'm with him low key though.
Yeah.
I had to wait yesterday. I had a long over.
oh yeah, I did look fine.
And then I played ball and shit this morning. Still woke up at 9. Took them to the courts. We didn't have to play like 3 games and any game rough.
Are you good?
I'm alright. I'm pretty decent. What you think? Let me tell you.
I'm not asking.
I was getting buckets today. I was making threes layups. Like I was doing my thing. I wasn't letting niggas shit on me. We won 2 out of 3 games.
But is he,
I was team captain.
But is he good though? Niggas can make threes and not be good.
I'm decent. I'm not ass.
Okay.
I'm decent. I'm a decent player. Like, I ain't gonna go out there and look like I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm decent.
You stick within your.
Yeah. I know, and I had enough training. You feel me? I had a little bit of college in me too. Like I had enough training to know the fundamentals of what to do out there on the court.
Type shit.
I might not be Kobe, LeBron. You feel me? But I'm decent.
You're not lost.
Yeah, I'm not lost in the sauce. You feel me? It don't look unusual. I don't look tall and goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all right, man. Let's try one more time, bro. One time for your hosts and those behind the camera. My name is Steven. I go by Ugly Steven on Instagram. Shout out to Vintage Sense behind the camera. Shout out OGBs also and iRobinson03. It's this hot Jersey, y'all. Until next time.
Yes, sir.